Hello everyone, this is Bob here with OKbricks, or shall I say his sig fig, that is, or at least the one for right now. Another video on that when I do update my sig fig. I have plans for that, but that'll have to be in another video where I talk about it. But until then, the point of why you actually clicked video is the fact that I have two mystery machines, not one, but two Lego Mystery Machines. And the subject of the video, if you didn't already read it and just clicked it because you saw two Lego Mystery Machines, thought it was really cool, like me, like I would, sorry, then that's also really cool that you decided to click. So if you're looking at these and you're like, oh, those are perfectly identical, why did you even bother making a video? I just want to say, first off, you are just slightly mistaken. They're near identical. The reason they're near identical is because I restricted myself to the specifications of the original Mystery Machine, the dimensions anyways, with my version. If you couldn't already tell, there's a couple major differences. Just give you a couple different angles real quick, and then I'll go into, the different details. But the first one, and I'll just move this guy to the side for the moment, other than, the difference in the front headlights, and, I personally just wanted to make this flower look better and, more accurate to the classic version, not knocking Lego's version. I love Lego's version. It's basically the reason I decided to buy a whole second one and modify it. But the colors here are, especially in the corner with the blue, are actually accurate to the classic one. And the other reason I limited myself to the dimensions of the original one was, so I could use these cool stickers, because Lego did a great job on those. This piece doesn't have the color, the same lime color yet. Well, I say yet because I'm ever so hopeful that Lego does come out with this piece. But until they do, I have a stand-in color. I have that in a couple places in this MOC, like in the door. I think one other place. No, just really those two places. But until Lego actually updates it, this is kind of a semi-final version of this MOC, which is why I'm actually finally showing it to you, because it is finished. And without further ado, I'm going to go into the details and the differences. So that's why I have this guy here. I'll do the comparison. So if you're looking at it, you're like, oh, he's got, I don't know how he did it, but he got all three different versions. Let me actually fix Fred's hand too, because they actually can be normal. I don't know why I have him just going crazy loco in the front here. But he can actually hold that steering wheel. And real quick, that is a different steering wheel. The reason the steering wheel is different is because I couldn't keep the same, I needed that space under the steering wheel so I could make functioning opening doors, which was something I actually didn't think I'd ever be able to do. Kind of see how those work. Really cool. I'd go into the interior, but if you really want to look, see kind of how these are made, I took pictures and put them on my Instagram. It's been like a month or something, but I'll link to it in the description so you can take a look at it. But I'm not going to really go into taking it apart in this video. But yeah, they do both work on both sides. It was one of the last things I put finishing touches on the Mystery Machine. With the original one, I was kind of upset that it doesn't have a working door, and you kind of see the old steering wheel there. And now, I think it does kind of give a better look, because, the classic Mystery Machine... Accidents happen. The classic Mystery... See, and that's the thing about this. This is actually pretty sturdy. The thing that you hear is loose is Scooby in the back. He kind of came off of the things he was sitting on. You might kind of see him wiggling around in the back. But this is really sturdy. the door actually shuts all the way, you know, unless I shake it really hard. It's not gonna come loose, and if you notice, that's not connected by studs or anything. Also, the whole reason I started this build was because I wanted to make it so I noticed on the back one day I was kind of just like messing with this machine. I've taken this thing apart a dozen or so more than a dozen, at least 20 or so, just messing with it, seeing if I could actually get at least the top part to open. And that's actually what kind of got me going to make this, because I was like, oh, well, I got the top part. What if I do a LDD, which is Lego Digital Designer, which Lego recently discontinued, which is unfortunate. But they had most of the parts on here, so I was able to make a digital version, although there's some pieces like this I couldn't, you know, put in the file. I was able to make a digital version of this, and that's actually how I was able to bring this to life, is that, you know, I actually was able to visualize it. And if you notice, these parts here are pretty much identical, other than, you know, this part here is actually part of the back door, just so it opens up. And they do open up all the way. They do open up like that. And the bottom half of the door, if you notice, it's got the 1 2/3 knob holding this part. And it's actually really sturdy. If you look, I'm actually opening it by this too. And it's not even moving it. I mean, not really at all. The way it stays on, you can kind of see the knob. So there, they hold it there. And then the other thing I figured out, kind of one last touches I put on this thing, because originally I was just going to have this part. I knew this wouldn't hold, like just the one stud connection to hold this whole thing. So I put the snap-ons, or the clip pieces here with a bar. And I figured that'd be a cool way to have like a in-universe Lego, like just, you know, opening bars for the van. I know some vans have that. And the stickers are actually genuine Lego. I just took the sticker here and I bought another sticker sheet and I cut it out, and it worked really well. My favorite part of this, and I'm actually going to go into the build now that there's nothing more to say on the outside, is that if you notice, like this sticker and the stickers on the outside from when I was talking earlier, they are all genuine, or they're all in the same spot. Yeah, see, Scooby came undone here, but he would sit, looking at that on camera, he would sit like that, and that's a good, trying to get my finger out of the way without dropping this, but that's a good overview of this for you to look at. But they all fit comfortably. I can actually get a standing Scooby in here with the doors shut and the roof on. I'm not going to, but you can actually get up to 3 standing minifigs in here. Kind of like have one standing there, one sitting this way, and then another standing. They do fit with everything closed. So the most important thing for me was building this to have it basically flow really good. Like that was something that came to mind a lot. You'll notice there's a lot of like minute changes, some minor differences that I'll really quickly touch base on because I don't want to take too much of your time. But I also want to go into what I did and why I did it. And hopefully, you know, you get the most out of this video that I hope you get. Other than that, I really didn't change anything on bottom. I kept that the same. I figured that looked fine. I gave it the classic license plate because I thought that would be I added a lot of like minute fine touches because, you know, when I build things, I tend to be extra detailed, or as detailed as I can, you know, get with the limitations of Lego. Which is kind of one of the fun things about it, is like you have to figure out, all right, I can't do this. What can I do with the constraints here? So you can kind of notice here, made that all one color rather than the different colors. Had it on a clip rather than on what the set did. Put it out of the way. I'm just going to remove the sandwich. The only reason I had it in there was because that's the same way I have it in the other set. So for visual, like showing you what the space is, I'm just going to get these things out of here just so you can get a better look of what's happening. And part of the reason you can change the color, like if you were to make your own, you can like change that to this gray or something. I just decided to, you know, if I already have the piece and it's already in the set, if someone were to want to, if I did decide to, like, you know, have other people build this, or if they see this, and I think there's more than enough for people to, like, try to build this on their own without my help, you know, you can use most of the pieces from the set. That's kind of why, like, I figured this is just like a rug or something. You notice there's certain details I added in here. I'll show you what these guys look without being in there. Real quick, though, I want to show you guys something really cool. If you get Shaggy standing, you can get Shaggy standing here. You can also get Scooby sitting on this as well. And you get a really cool view of the whole gang, like a shot in the show. You can kind of see them, kind of dark. Yeah, see? There they are in the back. I actually planned that out, too. I wanted them... And, like, you're not going to know that Shaggy's standing in the back if you see that shot. Like, if you do a Lego short or something like that. You're not going to know he's standing. He could be sitting. But I just thought the iconicity of being able to do this was a really cool idea. And if you notice from here, you don't even get that sitting room here. This actually takes up 2 spaces. So what I changed was basically, if it didn't make sense, I got rid of the space. Like, you see how, like, there's blue space there? I took out that stud there, and I'll show you right now. Let me just get the figures out so I can show you the final bits of this, I guess, review and kind of mock/mod showcase. Kind of a showcase. If different parts come, or if I do something better with this, I'll probably do another video. But for right now, I think this is going to be final for... Oh, Fred, you're bald! Final for, you know, the time being. And this is like 2018 when I'm filming this, so... I will kind of explain some of my thoughts building it. One thing real quick is, like, if you were to want to, I'll get these guys out of here. If you're building this set, or you're building this mod, you can actually keep this stuff in here. I don't know if you have to, like, switch out some of these side parts, but, like, this 2x4 you can leave in here. What I originally had done and I changed was I did have seats in there. If you don't have figures in here and you just want the look of it, and you can actually... I think set this up so, like, if you just want, you don't care about the door, but you want the back doors to open, just literally you can take it and make it your own. That's what I did with this project, and I really am glad I had fun with this. This also comes out, like, if you have to get Daphne to fit better. The reason this comes out was because, like, when I had the chairs, you kind of had to take it out just to get Daphne to fit. But I decided to change it just so Daphne... Let me show you. Daphne kind of sits in there like that. Kind of have to put her arms back to fit. The reason I took out the chairs was because I was able to make the figures fit way better. Yeah, see how I just pushed Velma back there? I couldn't do that when the chairs were there, and she was kind of pushing everything forward, and, you know, it basically made the front fall off all the time, a lot of the time, and just... It was no fun. It was no fun for me. It was very kind of frustrating. And I basically had to sacrifice the look for functionality there, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, I think overall it made it a better build. And, oops, did something here. Yeah, see, kind of pushed it forward, but that's fine. But yeah, I have those characters, the front two, fitting in front of them, and they sit comfortably. The other thing is you have to just make sure Daphne's arms are, you know, kind of to her side. And, you know, it's iconic. I kind of mess with that. That doesn't normally happen. It's just sometimes if you put too much pressure, it kind of brings everything up. But yeah, that's pretty much the front. That's what I did there. I added a seat back here and you can do it in any color. I just originally wanted to do it in, it's like a old, I don't know what color this is, but it's basically the color of the seat from the old show. You don't really need to do that. You can do this in gray or any color you want. I don't even think Lego makes this color anymore. Actually, I had to go out of my way to get it. But the reason I had this color was because there was one set, and I think it was an old Han Solo set. Ooh, that's a cool reflection. I'm going to get that out of her hand. There was one set with the chairs I wanted to use, and they looked really cool. If I ever like decide to change it where I just want to have the seats and no characters, I could always change it back. But yeah, basically the normal Lego seats only came in that one set and one color. So it's kind of like not worth it for me to go out of my way to get those pieces, but live and learn. So, alright, so last thing I'm going to talk about real quick is just what I was able to do with the back. When I was building the interior of the back, I did change some stuff around, if you notice. The biggest thing is, the doors opening and, creating all this open space. If you look at the Lego one, I don't want to really knock it because there's a lot of cool things. You have the computers on the both sides. Basically, the workstation is in the back. That's the way Lego set it up, and then the food area is kind of in the front. But personally, I didn't think it made too much sense to have a stove on one side and a sink on the other, and then it kind of really limited the room, especially with the flashlight. If you notice, I put it to the side. Same thing with the camera. Basically, try to make as much space where I could. And on this side, what I did was I put the stove same side as the sink, and then I gave all that. I gave some extra counter space. Whereas, you can put the sandwich in the thing and the newspaper over there too. But for now, you don't have to, but you have all that extra space. If you do get that stuff out of here, the only reason I had it in there is to kind of show, literally, if you wanted to, you have one of the figures hold the magnifying glass, which does come in this actual set. I just wanted to show that you can fit, as well as the characters, the stuff, the newspaper and the sandwich, basically the accessories with them too in here, and it all fits. That was really important for this build. I think I already said it once, but I'll say it again. You can fit a figure here and two standing minifigures, kind of diagonal, but regardless, I think that was one of the reasons I brought this in here. Other than have Scooby be able to just be in here, sit. He can sit up here. That was another thing, trying to get Scooby to sit wherever, be able to sit wherever. He can sit up front. I won't show that because it's kind of a hassle. But yeah, by moving the stove from the left side there, by moving from the left side over, I'm kind of doing it backwards. I opened up a lot of space in the Mystery Machine. So now on this side, you have the stickers that are the same. I don't know if I mentioned that the stickers are all the same placement that they would have been in the set. You got the Intel and then the other thing. But now the only thing I added was kind of a hinge piece with a keyboard. I thought that'd be really cool just to have this in here, just so the workstation is all on that side. And it really kind of was a lot of fun just to be able to think this through and go through this whole process. It was really fun for me to do, and I really enjoyed it. And if I were to do it again or change anything in it, I'll be honest, I don't think I would, because that's how I don't want to say I was a perfectionist with it, but I was definitely thorough, and it was really important. It kind of makes sense to try to get, and I think I'm done with this guy for right now. I think it just makes sense for the Mystery Machine to be able to fit the whole gang. And I think I more than accomplished that feat, and then some too, with some flying colors. I didn't expect to actually figure out how to do this, and if you notice, it's pretty smooth. And if you close it all the way, I kind of was messing with this a little bit earlier, so it's not loose, but it does fit. Like if you close it all the way, just the normal friction in here, because it is not held by studs. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. Kind of stays in there. But yeah, so pretty much I think I covered this whole Mystery Machine. And, you know, if you want to, in the comments... Yeah, messing around with this and jigging with it kind of has everything going all over. Not really falling apart. But yeah, this build is very sturdy. That is something I'm also proud of too. Like, if a little kid were to come in here and play with this, it's not just gonna explode. So I tried to like constrict myself with that limitation, that kind of same limitation as the Lego designer, but at the same time satisfying the fact that, you know, you can fit everybody in there, as well as Shaggy and Scooby in the back, you know, and it just looks cool and makes sense. And also, like, all the little details I added, like the blue in the corner here and license plate and all that stuff. But, you know, with all that said, I won't keep you guys. Just, you know, let me know in the comments what you think is your favorite part. If you would do anything better, feel free to chime in too. I am more than satisfied with what I did. I don't think I can think of any way that I can actually make this any better, to tell you the truth. I'll put my sig fig in there. So I guess, I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you guys think there's any other type of build or mock I should try to build, or take my hand at. I don't know the right expression for that. But if you want to see me try to build something else, I do have a really long-term mock in mind. I have it laid out. It's gonna take me a while, like bricks and pieces wise, and just budgeting wise, to figure out. But I'll go more in that on another video. Won't really say what it is. Bat cave, full bat cave. But yeah, I guess until then I'll keep it a secret. Let me know your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe if you've stayed this long and you like my video. I hope to make more, you know, just Lego videos in general. Maybe do some reviews. Literally, I'm up for anything. But I kind of been sitting on this for a while, and I wanted to show people and see what they think. So be sure to do just that and let me know what you think down in the comments. Alright, thank you guys. I've taken more than enough of your time. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all again later. Alright, bye guys! Have a great day. Have a great day! Bye.